All right. Okay. Now one of your best experiences.
Oh my God, one of my that's more difficult, but I would say my 5 years at the high school, because here in Italy, high school lasts 5 years, and there's not a specific moment, but it was the best period of my life. I had so much fun. I found such amazing classmates. I had very good teachers. Someone was not, but we are not going to say this. But yeah, I really had an amazing time. And when I started my high school, I was so shy and had no many friends because I was shy. And at the high school, I found out that life is amazing and I can have such amazing friends. Yeah, it was the best period of my life. I miss it so much. And sometimes my classmates couldn't understand why I was so happy about going to school. And yeah, I loved it. Really, if
Oh,
I could go back and start again, I
you
would
would
do
do it
this.
again? Not a lot
Yeah,
of people can say that. And you're an only child, right?
yeah, I am.
So that's an interesting thing. No, not a lot of people. Well, you know what? I would go back to many parts of my high school. The friendships that I had, the what I learned from the most amazing teachers. Yeah, it was a real growth period. My first boyfriend or two, whatever. Um, and learning about relationships, what works and what doesn't work in a relationship, and the teachers that inspire you. I would have to say that the most amazing experience of my life to date is having giving birth to our son. Um, and I had dreamt about it. I didn't know if it was going to happen because I was very career centered, and I didn't have our son until I was 40. And I had dreams about this baby, but I just wasn't clear how I was going to have a baby because I didn't want to have a baby on my own. I wasn't, uh, that wasn't an experience that I was drawn to. I really wanted a partner. I wanted a father. I wanted to have a family.
Yeah.
And I decided to have my husband and I, he sort of let me lead the way, but I had a water birth. So I gave birth in the only freestanding birthing center in Connecticut, in Danbury, Connecticut. And so, as one person said, I was Flipper. I had my like a dolphin. I wanted to have the baby in water, and I did. And just what I learned about myself, I learned about what happens with pain, what happens when the body goes into a process, how to assist it, and all of the depictions of women having babies on television and the movies. That was not my experience at all, at all. I'm not saying that there isn't pain. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's a way to be with that pain. And I will also say, just for anyone watching, young women, older women, women who have had babies in different ways, I bow to however that happens, because if you think about the dynamics of that, it's just not easy. So anyway, for me, that was the most amazing moment in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so cute.
So now we got to talk a little bit about the difficulties and the blessings of this pandemic. Now you're in
Yeah,
Italy, right?
yeah,
And what I understand is you really can't even go out for a walk. You can't go for a drive. If you're caught walking for no reason or driving somewhere for no reason just to go, you can get a 400 lira. Is it lira?
no euros.
No, euro. Oh, it used to be lira.
Yeah.
Euro. Sorry, 400 euro fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
thank God for your balcony. I
We
saw a
all.
beautiful picture of you doing yoga on your balcony. So for you, what is the most difficult aspect, just personally, of this pandemic?
I think that is not being able to hug people and shake hands and kiss them and see whoever you want to and go out and walk if you want to and go out for a run. I usually never I'm not a runner, but in this period I would go out and just ever run, and I would see my grandma, I would see my boyfriend that I can see, and so many things. The first weeks were easier to bear with because there were so many things that I wanted to do but never had enough time to do. So I read a book about English idioms and slangs, and
Oh, right. Okay, let me hear one. What's one of
um,
your favorite English idioms and
I
slang?
will tell you the one that I disliked the most. That is,
Boys will be boys.
Oh,
yeah,
boys
it's
will be boys.
yeah, that's so bad. I'm like, no, boys,
No,
we learn how to,
be good men.
yeah. So that was my favorite one.
That's adorable. Um, and on a larger scale, for you, what worries you about the pandemic in terms of your country and then where you are?
In the first times, I was afraid that many people didn't realize how uh,
Contagious?
dangerous, yeah, it could be, because I've seen that it works like this. In a first time, it's panic. Then people start saying, "Oh no, it's only a flu. Never mind. You can go out. There's nothing to be scared about. It's only killing old people." And so,
I remember you were very upset by that.
yeah,
And you're in
yeah,
the Red Cross, right?
yeah, I am, and we are doing so many things, and it's amazing. It's anything at the Red Cross. My mates at the Red Cross are doing so much, are basically living there to help people, and we are trying to bring old people or positive people their meds or their food,
Hmm.
so that they don't have to go out. We are supplying with masks our community, and
And you have a friend you said that is sort of your hero who's working in the ambulances.
yeah, yes, lots of my friends are
Yeah.
working in ambulances, and they are heroes because there are no many people that would do this
Do that.
because all of them have a family and
Mm.
go back to their family at night. So I personally would be afraid to infect my family,
Right.
and they probably are, but that's why
But they're
they are
doing it.
heroes.
Is this
Yeah,
voluntary, Vivi? Is it a
yeah,
voluntary thing or you,
yeah,
so it is. You're not
yeah.
asked to do this.
No, no, where I volunteer, we are all volunteers apart from two people that are paid for their work.
Services. Uh-huh.
But yeah, they are doing so much more than anyone else. So,
Wow. I think for me, as you said in the beginning, I got a lot of things done. Um, Unlike you, I actually can go out and go for walks. Um, it's the social interactions that I just took for granted, being able to sit with friends and have a glass of wine and a lovely meal and laugh. Um, Seeing all of the shops empty, and I know this is sort of shallow, but we can't even get we can't. I know I feel bad. I'm funny saying this, but I think a lot of women feel this way across the economic, spectrum. We can't get our hair done. We have to figure out how to do it ourselves. Can't get my nails done. But it's more, so those are sort of the little things, but it's more the um, the social thing of being able to see people or not. We can't. And being at my home where my mom-in-law is here and our son is home from school, I really feel for him because both my husband and I mean, I'm 60, my husband just turned, I'm 61, my husband turned 60, and we're the vulnerable group along with his mom. And our son is 21, and for his birthday, his friends did a birthday parade and they lined up on the street and they clapped and sang him happy birthday. And he said, you couldn't have bought me a more precious gift. And I think for me, the in the bigger picture, I worry. In my community, I participated in getting the meals to the kids because we have a lot of children in our community who really relied on the school breakfast and lunches. And this has brought an awareness to the community of these families that are living in, sub, they don't have enough money for breakfast and lunch. And it's real, you can't hide from that. So I love the opportunity to help, but I'm also, it's also very in my heart that there is that kind of poverty in my community that I perceive is, it's not an affluent community. In the summers it is, but that it is pretty, you know, uh, middle class. So that's bringing an awareness to me that I feel is really important. And then the other thing that I think I worry about is, domestic violence and abuse that
Yeah.
can, because people are quarantined and then it raises up people's, you know, their level of upset and that. And I,
Yeah.
and so I do send prayers. I believe in the power of prayer. I'm not particularly religious, but I do believe in the power of prayer. And so in my prayers are these families, the children, the husbands, the wives, um, just to sort of calm things down a little bit or find respite. In our community, we're offering, for example, people who are in a domestic abuse situation, they can call a hotline and they'll take them to a hotel. So
Yeah.
you're not alone. People are listening because you're not forgotten in that. So that's something that's been a little heavy on my heart because
Yeah.
you know, the children get a break from it when they're at school, and wives and or husbands get a break when their partners are working. So that's something that I think about. So,